As a representative of the 2nd District of South Cotabato, I vote for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Herrera D.
Mr. Presiding Officer, we need leadership, progress, and positive change. We need a speaker who can initiate innovations and reforms. Thus, Bagong Henerasyon Party List votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Offer.
Maing Buntag, representing the 2nd District of Zamboanga, Sibugay, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Halos Hos.
From the 1st District of Zamboanga del Norte, votes for Congressman Peter Alan Cayetano.
Javier.
I vote Alan Peter Cayetano.
Jimenez.
Buenos días a todos. Magandang umaga po. Mr. Presiding Officer, representing the 1st District of Zamboanga City, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ko Elisa.
From the 2nd District of Masbate, including Masbate City, this representation votes for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ko Wilton.
Mr. Presiding Officer, the 3rd District of Masbate votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ronghun.
Sir Presiding Officer, sa unang distrito ng Zambales, kasama ang Olongapo, Subic, Basilio, San Marcelino, ang boto ko po ay kay Alan Peter Cayetano.
Labad-labad.
This representation from the 2nd District of Zamboanga del Norte votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano, Mr. Speaker.
Lacson.
Votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Lacson Noel.
Mr. Presiding Officer, the lone District of Malabon votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Lagman.
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation casts a no vote.
Lagon.
Mayang buntag, Mr. Speaker. As a representative of ako Bisaya Party List, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano because we believe his leadership.
Lara.
Mr. Presiding Officer, makastangang umatanitam namin, iboto ng 3rd Distrito na Cagayan para kay Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano.
Lazatin.
Mr. Presiding Officer, in behalf of the 1st District of Pampanga, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Liachon.
District of Oriental is voting for Alan Peter Cayetano for Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Legarda,
Mr. Presiding Officer, as representative of the Lone District of Antique, I respectfully cast my vote for a former colleague in the Senate, Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano.
Representative of RAM Party List, Revolutionaryong Alyansang Makabansa, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Lim Kay Chong,
This represents district for Honorable Benvenido Abante Jr.
Lopez Jose, Lopez Manuel,
Mr. Presiding Officer, magmula po sa magiting na bayan ng Tondo, kaya ginagawa ang boto sa kagalang-galang na si Alan Peter Cayetano.
Loyola,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representative from the District of Cavite votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Maceda,
Mula po sa ika-4 na distrito ng Maynila, boto sa isang tao na matagal ko nakakilala, hindi lang klase, katabi pa. Pero ang higit sa lahat ay may angking galing at talino at kakayahan para mamuno bilang Speaker ng 18th Congress. Ang boto ko po ay para kay Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Madrona,
Mr. Presiding Officer, allow me first to acknowledge my provincial and municipal officials there who would want to witness my vote today. From Lone votes for Alan Peter Cayetano as Speaker.
Malapitan,
The 1st District of Caloocan votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Mangawang,
Mr. Presiding Officer, from the province of the Lone District of Kalinga, our vote is for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Mangudadatu,
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Mr. Speaker, my vote goes to Alan Peter Cayetano.
Marcoleta,
Sa gift party list, votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Mariano Hernandez,
Mr. Presiding Officer, through this representation, the 2nd District of Laguna, which consists of Cabuyao, Los Baños, and Bate, votes for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano. Thank you.
Marino,
Mr. Presiding Officer, alay simula nung nagsimula, kami Alan Cayetano.
Marquez,
the 1st District of Aklan, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Martinez,
The second district of the city of Valenzuela votes for speakership of Congressman.
Matba,
Salamat, Mr. Speaker. My vote is for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Matugas,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation from Siargao and Bukas Grande Island, First District of Surigao del Norte, votes for Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano.
Mendoza,
Mr. Presiding Officer, for the workers, DUCP for Cayetano.
Momo,
Construction Workers Solidarity will vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Natividad Naganyo,
Ginoong tagapamahala, sa ngalan po ng ika-4 na distrito ng Nueva Ecija, inihahalal po si Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano. Marami pong salamat.
Nava,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation from the Lone District of Guimaras votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Maupay nga aga aton nga tanan, ano ang votes for Alan Peter Cayetano?
Nograles Jericho,
Mr. Presiding Officer, the PBA party list would vote for the distinguished gentleman who last served this House as a senior deputy minority leader of the 13th Congress, the honorable gentleman from the 1st District of Taguig Pateros, Alan Peter Cayetano.
Nograles Juan,
On behalf of the Second District of Rizal, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Nolasco,
Mr. Presiding Officer, on behalf of the people of the First District of Cagayan, I hereby vote Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Nunez Malanyaon,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Owa Minal,
Occidental, including the cities of Tanggob and Osamis, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Olivares,
Mr. Presiding Officer, as the representative of the First District of Parañaque, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ong Jose,
Mr. Presiding Officer, representing the 2nd District of Northern Samar, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ong Ronnie,
Mr. Presiding Officer, ang Provinciano Party List votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Ortega,
First District of La Union votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Owano Dizon,
Mr. Presiding Officer, as a representative of the 6th District of Cebu, I cast my vote to Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pacquiao Alberto,
Mr. Speaker, as a representative of OFW Family Party List, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pacquiao Rogelio,
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. As representative of the Lone District of Sarangani, I vote Alan Peter Cayetano.
Patiernos,
Mr. Speaker, I will vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Paduano,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation from Abang Likod Party List votes for Congressman Benny Abante. Thank you.
Palma,
My vote is for the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pancho,
Alan Peter Cayetano.
Panotes,
Mr. Presiding Officer, in behalf of my constituents and for the good of the 2nd District of Camarines Norte, I vote for the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Peña,
Mula po sa unang distrito ng premyadong lungsod ng Makati, ang kinatawan pong ito ay para kay Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pichay,
Congressman Cayetano.
Pimentel,
Mr. Speaker, as representative of the 2nd District of the Province of Surigao del Sur, I vote for Representative Alan Peter Cayetano.
Pineda,
Mr. Presiding Officer, the second nominee of One Pacman Party List votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Plaza,
Mr. Presiding Officer, as a representative of the 2nd District of Sur,
Mr. Presiding Officer, 1st District of Antipolo, for the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Kimbo,
Mr. Speaker, paabantehin natin si Congressman Benny Abante.
Radaza,
Lang na daw.
Mr. Presiding Officer, from the 2nd District, thank you.
Remulla, Revilla,
Second District of Cavite, representing Bacoor City of Bacoor, we vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Reyes,
Mr. Presiding Officer, the 3rd District of Quezon City votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Rivera,
Mr. Speaker, sa ngalan po ng Citizens Battle Against Corruption, SIBAC, ang boto po namin ay binibigay po namin kay Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Robes,
We have heard the President, sa ngalan po ng lungsod ng San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, kami po ay para kay Speaker Alan Cayetano.
Rodriguez,
Mr. Presiding Officer, the 2nd Congressional District of the City of Golden Friendship, the capital city of the great region of Northern Mindanao, votes for former Senator, former Secretary of Foreign Affairs, now our colleague in the 18th Congress from the 1st District of Taguig, the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Roman,
Mr. Presiding Officer, sa ngalan ng mga taga-unang distrito ng Bataan, ang aking boto ay para kay Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Romero,
Mr. Speaker, in 1986, after the EDSA revolution, a schoolmate of mine at the De La Salle, Alabang, stood bravely and debated with the senators Jokno, Tanyada, and Aquino. We were 15 years old at that time. Alan, as he is fondly called, had my respect and relation since then. I place my vote to a childhood friend of mine, Alan Peter Cayetano. Thank you.
Romualdez Ferdinand,
First District of Leyte votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Romualdez Yeda,
Maupay Gaaga, Mr. Presiding Officer, my vote is for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Romualdo,
Mr. Presiding Officer, our vote is for Representative Cayetano.
Romulo,
Mr. Presiding Officer, as the representative of the Lone District of Pasig City, we vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Roque,
Mr. Presiding Officer, representing the 4th District of Bukidnon, my vote is for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Sakdalan,
First District of North Cotabato, votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Sagarbaria,
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Sakaluran, Salceda,
Alan.
Salimbangon,
Mr. Presiding Officer, representing the 4th District of Cebu, I go for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Salo,
Mr. Presiding Officer, we need a speaker who has integrity, a clear vision for the country, and a holy fear of God. Thus, the Bayan Party list votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Sanchez.
Mr. Presiding Officer, from Long District of Catanduanes, I vote for
Mr. Presiding Officer, representing 6th District, Lipa City, I vote for Congressman Peter Alan Cayetano.
Sarmiento.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good morning, everyone. He served well when he was a member of both chambers of Congress, Senate, and the Republic, and of course, the House of Representatives. He served well as well when he was a former Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs. The reason why this representation from the 1st District of Samar, including the cities of Calbayog and 9 municipalities, cast the vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Saulog.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as Kalinga Party List Representative, I vote for Congressman Benny Abate.
Savellano.
Apo Presiding Officer, kas mangibagi iti Primero Distrito ti Ilocos Sur, ti botosami nga para speaker awan sa Bali saan nga ni Apo Alan Peter Cayetano nga isu ti mangted itinamay iti Ilocanja. Diyos sige na po.
Siao.
Mr. Presiding Officer, before I cast my vote, I would like to acknowledge my constituents in the gallery as well as the people of Iligan City. The Lone District of Iligan supports Alan Peter Cayetano.
Silverio.
As representative of the 3rd District of Bulacan, I vote for my former colleague, Alan Peter Cayetano.
Singson.
I will have to follow the lead of our speaker designate, Congressman Cayetano. Therefore, I vote for Benny Abante.
Singson Mihan.
Mr. Presiding Officer, the 2nd District of Ilocos Sur votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Sinsuwat.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Presiding Officer, as a representative of the 1st District of Maguindanao and Cotabato City, my vote is for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Swansea Gastrita.
Mr. Presiding Officer, in behalf of the people of the 1st District of Nueva Ecija, my vote goes to the person with integrity, Representative Alan Peter Cayetano as Speaker.
Swansea Horacio.
Mr. Presiding Officer, on behalf of the people of the 2nd District of Sultan Kudarat, this representation votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Suarez Aleta.
Cayetano.
Suarez David.
Mr. Presiding Officer, we vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Suntay,
Mr. Presiding Officer, in behalf of the people of the 4th District of Quezon City, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
C. Alvarado,
Mr. Presiding Officer, malaki po ang pag-asa na mas mapapatulin ang mga proyekto na magdadala sa ating mga mahihirap patungo sa pangako ng mas magandang buhay. Ang unang distrito po ng Bulacan sa ngalan po ng inyong kinatawan ko, Jonathan C. Alvarado, ay nagtitiwala at pumoboto sa aking kaibigan, Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Taduran,
Sa ngalan po ng pagkakaisa at bilang pagkilala sa kakayahan at kasanayan ni Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano, ako po bilang kinatuwa ng AXIS Party List ay bumuboto po kay Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Talyado,
Mr. Presiding Officer, on behalf of First District of Camarines Norte, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano. Thank you.
Tambuting,
Distrito ng siyudad ng Parañaque ay bumoboto para kay Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tan Alisa,
Province of Isabela, I cast our vote in favor of Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano. And, officer, may I request that my speech to explain my vote be included or inserted into the records? Thank you.
Tan Angelina,
Mr. Presiding Officer, I vote for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tan Samir,
Representing the 1st District of Sulu Province, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tan Shari,
Mr. Presiding Officer, I vote for Benny Abante.
Tan Tambut,
Votes for Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tejada, Teves Arnolfo,
Abante.
Teves Jose,
Mr. Presiding Officer, the JP Party List votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tiangco,
Mr. Presiding Officer, Navotas City votes for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tolentino,
Mr. Presiding Officer, kung yung iba po ay umaabante, ito po ay hindi umaatras kay Cayetano. I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Torres Gomez,
The 4th District of Leyte votes for the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tulfo,
Mr. Presiding Officer, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
To pass.
Mr. Presiding Officer, 5th District of Iloilo votes for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Tutor.
Mr. Presiding Officer, from the 3rd District of Bohol, from the land of the Chocolate Hills, I am voting for Congressman Cayetano.
E.
The people of the 1st District of Misamis Occidental will be in good hands by voting Alan Peter Cayetano.
Umali Alfonso.
I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Umali Maria Victoria.
Mr. Presiding Officer, a teacher goes for Congressman Betty Abante.
Udapia.
I vote for Congressman Alan Cayetano.
Ungap.
Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation is voting for Honorable Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Uy Juliet.
In behalf of the 2nd District of Misamis Oriental, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Uy Rolando.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Valeriano.
Mr. Speaker, in behalf of the people of 2nd District of Manila, I cast my vote to Speaker Alan Cayetano.
Valmayor.
As representative for the 1st District of Negros Occidental, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Vargas.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as the representative of the 5th District of Quezon City, Novaliches, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Vargas Alfonso.
Alan Peter Cayetano.
Veloso.
Without any explanation, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Vergara.
Magandang tanghali po. Bilang kinatuan ng 3rd Distrito ng Nueva Ecija, kami po ay bumoboto para kay kagalang-galang Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villa.
Mr. Chair, I am voting for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villaferte.
Josh Marina Aldao sa Indogabos. Mr. Speaker, I vote for the candidate who's my party mate in the Nacionalista Party. I vote for the candidate who's an adopted son of Camarines Sur. And most importantly, I vote for the candidate whose wife is a Bicolana. I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villanueva Eduardo.
Mr. Presiding Officer,
For the information of our beloved countrymen nationwide and worldwide, I'm actually in a dilemma because both of the nominees are my highly esteemed brothers in Christ. Nevertheless, Citizens Battle Against Corruption or CIPAC party list decided to vote for the sake of love, unity, and reconciliation, and for the restoration of truth, justice, and righteousness in this August chamber. I vote for Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villanueva Noel.
Mr. Speaker, in behalf of the people of the 3rd District of Tarlac, I vote for a veteran legislator, a diplomat, and a statesman, the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano, as the Speaker of the 18th Congress.
Villar.
Mr. Speaker, as representative of the Lone District of Las Piñas, I vote for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villaraza Suarez.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as representative of Alona Party List, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Villarica.
As representative of the 4th District of Bulacan, I vote for Alan Peter Cayetano.
Violago.
Mr. Presiding Officer, bilang kinatawan ng ikalawang distrito ng Nueva Ecija, ang akin pong boto ay para kay Congressman para po kay Congressman Alan Peter Capanyero Cayetano.
Yap, Eric.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Gusto ko lang pong ipaalam sa lahat na simula May 14 hanggang kaninang umaga, ang aking speaker po ay si Paulo Duterte. Pero dahil po ininominate niya si Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano, naniniwala ako na magiging magaling na speaker po ito. Kaya dahil ko doon, ang speaker ko po ay si Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano. Salamat po.
Yap, Victor.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as the last voter for the province of Tarlac, 2nd District, I unanimously complete the voting of the representation of the province for Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano.
You.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as a representative of the 1st District of Zamboanga del Sur, I vote for Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano.
Zamora Ronaldo.
Mr. Speaker, Alan Peter Cayetano.
Zamora Waikura.
Mr. Speaker, this is my 10th year in Congress, and I've been trying to file the necessary bills to start with letter Z and ending with letter A. Because I to cast my vote in favor kung saan bumoto si Congressman Pulong Duterte. Do you know it? Do you know it, Your Honor? Do not know? Kanino bumoto si Kong Pulong Duterte?
Honorable
For
Cayetano.
the record.
Honorable Cayetano, sir.
Oh,
Where did he cast the vote? For the record. Saan po bumoto si Congressman? Kanino bumoto si Congressman Pulong Duterte?
The Secretary says it's for Congressman Cayetano, sir.
Who?
Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano po.
O di Cayetano yun.
Zarate.
Ginoong presiding officer, ang tinatawang ito po ng bayan muna ay bumoboto para kay Congressman Benny Abante.
Zubiri.
Sa wakas, tapos na rin. Nung kindergarten hanggang ngayon, huli. Parati akong huli. Anyway, okay lang. I vote for this representation votes for Alan Peter Cayetano. Maraming salamat.
Voting for the position of Speaker, Aglipay, Lopez Jose,